At 200 degrees Celsius, I let it cook, simmer for 2 hours to burn off all the ethers and the impurities. And I did that before you arrived, so we can pour right now. So about 15 minutes before pouring, I turn the heat down and I drop it down to about 180 degrees Celsius. Because as you can, when you witness this, as you are pouring, it starts cooling and it gets stringy.
Yeah.
So you always want to keep it, pourable. You want to keep it in a liquid form. So I have a Bunsen burner going there. So now I'm down to 180 degrees Celsius. I pour it into my pouring pan and I start pouring into the little molds there. And as I can see it starting to cool, I can hit it with my Bunsen burner, which heats it up very quickly, and then I can continue pouring. So also what you have here, these forms here, I don't know if you know it, but are tapered. Okay, you can't see it with the naked eye, but each one of these holes, these were machined. The master who I inherited this from had these machined specifically for him.
Okay.
So when I lift that form up, all the cakes will stay there because it's all tapered and it will just slide right out. The next thing you'll go from here over to this table. If you want to walk over here, and then this is where we do the boxing, the packaging. This is the premium. This is the new logo and box for the premium rosin, and that's what we made this morning. And then this is the box for the student rosin, which we made yesterday morning. And all the student rosins will be going out in our rentals. So when you rent an instrument from us, not only do you have a professional setup from us, you're also getting rosin with your rentals that was made here in the shop, made in Fredericksburg.
Well, and this, the recipe that you have up until just real recently was a secret.
It was very much a secret. Yeah, it still kind of is, but I share a little bit. I'm more open than the old folks. The old masters held things a little closer to their chest. I'm a little more open. I'm not ready to expose my recipe by any means. But yeah, this is a secret recipe here in Fredericksburg, Virginia, made at the Violin Shop here. So I hope it goes crazy. I hope we become rosin tycoons. How about that?
Describe what rosin does and why it's needed.
Okay, well, rosin, if you ever played in the woods and got up against a pine tree or a spruce tree, you get the resin on you. It's very sappy, very sticky. I can remember coming home from playing in the woods and having to take a bath because everything stuck to you. Well, it's the same kind of concept. We cook it all together, and then you put it on the bow, which is strung with horsehair, which has a lot of fibers and is very, has a lot of cells in it, but it will still glide over the strings. The resin, once it's made into rosin, you put on the bow, and that stickiness that you get on your skin when you're playing on a pine tree is kind of like transferred over to the bow and the strings. So when you drag the bow over the strings, it aggravates the strings, and then you have frequency.
What really struck me watching you do what you did, and I did say you were like Dr. Frankenstein doing that, but just the knowledge you have to have about you've got a microscope over there. You've got to be you get a periodic table is over there. There's a lot of for people who sit in classes and think, I want to make violins, I want to play violins. What's chemistry mean for me? Boy.
Oh my God! We give a lot of tours here, as you know, Ted. And when they come in, one of the first things I tell them: get ready for geometry, acoustics, science, engineering, everything you can possibly, history, economics. Everything is involved in the violin world. Everything you can possibly think of in the business out there is in this business on some level. So, I'll let that later.
Rappahannock Rosin, something I think we're going to be hearing a lot about.
Absolutely. If you want to try some out, by the way, you come here and try it out. And also Picker Supply, I'm going to give Brand a plug. Picker Supplies has a couple cakes down there where you can go into their violin room and try it out there too. So there you have it.
Those cakes you made, like one cake, how long does that last?
Oh my gosh, here we go. What is the shelf life of a cake of rosin? Okay, well, you talk to the old players. I know players that have had them for 20, 25 years, okay? That's almost, that sounds crazy. But now I'm starting to read more and more that you should buy a new cake every year. Now, is that a marketing ploy? I mean, how do you get your clients to come back? This is the economics of the violin world, kids, by the way. How do you get that client to come back in and keep buying your cake of rosin? You know, do you just sell one and you don't see that client for 25 years?
Yeah.
You know, so we are in search of what is the shelf life of a cake of rosin. So all you players out there, let us know. Email us at our Wm Mason Violin Shop, gmail.com. Let us know about your cake of rosin that you've had for 10, 15, or 20 years. You know.
The difference between the professional and the student rosin.
Oh my gosh. Big difference in its quality of rosin. It's the ratio of highly processed rosin as compared to your common rosin. And it's that ratio that makes the huge difference.
You seem to have a great time making this.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. If I had it my way, I would just spend my time over there all day, in that little chemistry area. But I got to wear a few other hats. So.
How long does it take you to get ready to make it?
Well, yeah, I prepped yesterday because I knew you were coming at 10. But with that said, prepping and everything about 3 to 4 hours. So I have to attend it very closely for the first 45 minutes. Then after that, I can kind of step back and go over and stir every half hour or so. But, you know, it's very hard on the bottom of that pan, and you start putting a tremendous amount of heat.
Yeah.
You can have an explosion, all the gases. So I need to be on it with my blowtorch, and I create this kind of a chimney with the blowtorch, so gas is constantly being released so it doesn't explode. So you got to really watch it for the first 45 minutes.
A man of many talents.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
This
Crazy.
This is good stuff. This is really exciting
I'm glad to have you,
for
Jeff.
the shop and for this area.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, this whole area is getting ready to grow, the Lafayette corridor, and we welcome it, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and you're a big part of it.
I want to be a big part of it.